Hey guys, we're going to be starting on this next workshop in around about 30 seconds or so. As always, if you've got any questions, be sure to ask in the chat below if you're on the dashboard or YouTube or inside of our Facebook page. Okay guys, so let's get this workshop up and running. So let me just turn that down a little bit. Hey guys, welcome into today's workshop. My name's Pete. I'm the founder here at Senley, and in today's workshop, we're going to be taking you through basically increasing your leads and your sales using conversion rate optimization. And if you hang around, we're going to give you 10 simple ways that you can walk away with today on how to increase your conversions literally today. All right, so let's crack on. Let's let me know, guys, if that music is too loud. I thought I'd just put some background music on just to kind of just chill out and things like that. All right, so what is actual conversion rate optimization? So some of you guys may know it as CRO, or you just know it as conversion rate optimization, but what is it in its entirety or in a nutshell? So basically it's increasing the percentage of users who perform a desired action. And those actions can be literally anything from purchasing products, opening emails, signing up to maybe one of your offers or a download or whatever it may be, clicking add to cart buttons, visiting a specific web page or an email, or even filling out a form on your website. So those are the type of actions that we can start taking a look at. But in reality, a lot happens way before that actual point of somebody actually coming into your website. And we're going to break this down into 3 specific areas here. And what you can see right now is the big square thing in the middle is obviously your website. So like I said, a lot happens way before, and we call this drivers. So as we go through this workshop, you'll understand that we put our conversion rate optimization in basically 3 segments, which is this, and we call it our conversion optimization cycle. That is literally it. So I'm just trying to think way ahead of myself. Anyway, so when we take a look at drivers then and hooks and barriers, and we're going to dive deep into each one of these, and hopefully it will give you those kind of aha moments before you kind of really get confused on what the heck is actually going on with inside of your business. So drivers in a nutshell then is basically what is actually bringing visitors to your website in the first place. So remember me saying, you know, the conversion rate optimization starts way before people start coming into your website, clicking on buttons and actually purchasing your products or downloading ebooks or whatever it may be. Then we look at hooks. So what actually persuaded your visitors to act? So whether that be downloading an ebook or creating a purchase. So what type of hooks have we got in place? And barriers. So where and why are your visitors abandoning your site? So let's jump into the actual drivers themselves. So what is bringing visitors to your actual website? So there's many different things here. So it could be your social media posts, it could be display ads, whether that's on the side of a vehicle, side of a road, on literally anywhere, magazines. Then we have like the referral type network, whether that be word of mouth or affiliates. And then we have the whole world of paid advertising on social media, on Google, Bing, literally like everywhere's advertising right at the minute. So these are the type of drivers that we need to really focus on. Why are people actually coming to our websites in the first place? How are you actually getting them there? Let us know in the comments, how are you driving people into your websites? Are you dropping down social media blogs or whatever it may be? So what we're going to do is to keep this really, really easy for you guys to understand. So we're not going to dive right into like the whole referral network or the whole paid advertising conversion rate optimization, because that is an entire workshop on its own when we come into paid advertising conversion rate optimization analysis and reporting. So what we're going to really focus on is like the social media aspect of it. So when we look at the social media like conversion rate optimization analysis, then is that what type of posts are you actually putting out on your social media pages, and what kind of social media are you actually using? Are you running paid ads? Are you just going with the flow and organic posting out all of your content? Which one is it? Let me know in the comments below. What sort of posts do you put out most? Because this will help you understand this whole conversion rate optimization kind of saga by the end of this video. Whether you're putting out video posts or image or text posts, obviously it's platform dependent. So now we have things like stories and everything else like that. So coming back into the things like types of post, we're going to touch on this a little bit later on, and there's a reason why a lot of these social media platforms put in some of the elements which are available to everybody to use, and it will really help you out with the conversion rate optimization. All right, let's just push on to the next bit. Oh, why isn't that working? Pop. Okay, so what we're going to look at is the heuristic research metric. So how can we kind of really gauge everything that's going on with inside of social media? When we're using the heuristic research metric, this caters for like literally everything. So from display ads, paid advertising, the whole referral network type thing, and obviously inside of the social media. So what are the 5 key factors for taking that heuristic research type of approach? All right. So we got relevancy. So this is obviously number 1. So the information you communicate through your content needs to match the message and the visuals on your website pages. So if you sell, I don't know, if you sell, say, cat food on your website and you're constantly posting about dogs, then you don't really have that relevancy there. And it's not only that the user will find that kind of really deconflicting and distracting, is that the bigger platforms out there, people like Facebook and obviously Google, is if your social media posts don't match your content on your landing pages, your funnels, your website, then it's going to really lower that conversion rate on people sending people into that page, because it just doesn't have that relevancy there in the first place. So this goes all the way back to the roots. Like I said, this comes way before when people actually come into your website on their social media. Is everything that you're talking about actually relevant to them? So let's dive a bit deeper. So clarity. So is the offer you're trying to communicate, is it clear and concise so that your users can easily understand it? I get carried away myself all of the time, and I'm sure that you do too, because as business owners, entrepreneurs, or whatever we are inside of our niche, we understand the ins and outs of our own businesses, and we can speak the lingo of our own business to the same business type owners, next door, down the road, on the phone, on a video call, on Zoom, or wherever. And we can talk our tech jargon. Like me, I can talk behind the back leg off a donkey when we're talking about API integrations and automation processes and even conversion rate data when we come into paid traffic. And I can talk about that for literally ever. But if I'm trying to communicate with an audience on my social media, I need to be at their kind of level. And personally, I find that very hard. We've been trying so much this year to really notch it down and give our users more clarity on what we're actually talking about. Hence why we've just gone through a complete redesign on our website page, and also the video content within inside of Sendly, because the type of video content and the type of page was more like kind of really techie, rather than understanding what our users were all about and who they actually were. And if it wasn't for our very own conversion rate optimization analysis and our own internal reporting, then we wouldn't have known that, hey, we need to type of really change things back end, which is going to really help us front end. And it's the same as the drivers on our social media. When we're putting out posts on social media, we try and keep them very kind of low tech, and then upgrade it a little bit of tech inside of the actual landing pages or funnels or the website. And then we can really talk techie stuff once that person kind of understands it. So having clarity right from the beginning will really, really help you out. All right. So, and the value. So don't forget that these drivers are not just social media specific. These are obviously for websites too, and paid traffic and everything else. So with the value then is a perceived value of your products made clear to your users. Let your users know what you have to offer and how that offer benefits them. I really, really hate reading off the screen. I've got it all in my head, but I'm trying to read off the screen too. But, so it's that whole benefits versus features scenario. So you could talk about the features of your business forever and ever and ever, because literally everything about your own business. But some businesses don't understand what are the actual benefits of your business. Why would your potential clients, potential customers, or your ideal avatar actually want your product from you? And there's a reason for that. That's because you're providing that right value to them, because you're hitting their pain points and you can give them a solution to their problem really, really quickly. And you can portray this in that value kind of proposition within inside of your promotions. Okay, friction. This is kind of a biggie, this one, really, the friction. So identify the kind of key elements that are causing anxiety and doubts in your users' minds. And that's and what's preventing them from literally taking action. So this could be a lack of, say, testimonials, or just a sheer lack of content within inside of your web page or on your social media and things like that. And having those kind of those like them friction kind of stoppers or helpers, and it could be as simple as just putting like an FAQ type thing. And a great way that social media does this too, I spoke about it earlier, is that all social media platforms out there really assist you in helping you with so much data for your own business. It's unreal. And a lot of people don't kind of really understand it or why they're there. So let's think about Instagram and also Facebook. So inside of Instagram and Facebook stories then is that you can actually put in there like polls, you can ask questions and things like that. So you could ask like a multitude of questions, and this is going to help your users, have more clarity right at the beginning. It's going to remove that doubt. So you're showing less friction into somebody coming into your business, because your posts are actually doing that for them, and having that kind of structure will really, really help you out on that side. I could literally talk about forever on friction, but that's why all these social media platforms have all of these kind of friction buffers, or I can't remember the exact word, like the friction type things in there. So it's to help you kind of really answer people's questions before they even come into your website. And if they understand that you can solve their problem, no problems, and you can portray this all over social media. So distractions then, which is a huge one. I get distracted literally all the time. So any element that literally causes any type of distraction to your users from taking that main type of action, it's going to really either put them off, or it's not going to allow them to do the action or create an action that you wanted them to do. So let's take, for example, that you post something on Facebook and we're talking about, hey, come and sign up on my website for this ebook. Okay, so you spoke about this amazing ebook on one of your posts or whatever it may be, and you just leave a link there to your homepage. So they've got to now go into your homepage. They've got to try and navigate around and take a look to try and find where this ebook was. So there's a lot of distractions in there. And this comes on to obviously inside of social media too. So think about a distraction that you could have on social media. So let's take, for example, that you've created a video on YouTube and you've posted that video onto Facebook, and you said, hey guys, come and watch my latest YouTube video. It's absolutely amazing. It's going to teach you how to make £4 million in 2 minutes. Okay, they'll watch, maybe 2 or 3 minutes of that video or however long, or even all of it. But what they're going to do then is they're just going to start watching other videos, that kind of shiny object thing, and they've seen a cat in the room and they're chasing the cat. So they're just being distracted away from what your original kind of action was there for. So try and create less distractions. And when we talk about like on the whole web side of it, then is that by creating less distractions, it's about just having a singular sales page, sales funnels, that type of stuff, so you can keep people inside to do one specific thing, and that's conversions, because that is what we're all after. All right, let's move on. So how can we actually measure the heuristic research on your social media? Well, it's quite easy when you really look at it, and it's engagement. So remember right at the beginning, I said that before anybody takes any type of action on your web pages or anything like that, okay, is it all starts way, way, way before that. And now we've been speaking about the social media element here. And one of the heuristic research type of metrics that we can gauge from social media is basic engagement. And what do I mean by engagement? So this is like post level engagement. So whether you're posting Facebook ads or whether you're just running organic posts to your social media, and you can kind of really gauge on what's happening. How many people like your videos, how many people like your posts, how many people like your images, how many people like your quotes or your inspirational stuff. And over time, it will kind of give you this really 30,000 foot view on what's going on everywhere. And excuse me. And it will start then filtering through on saying, right, okay, we're getting more engagement on our videos. Great, that's perfect. Okay, we're getting a lot of likes on these type of videos. We're getting a lot of likes on this type of image or quote or whatever it may be. So that's kind of where you can track that post level engagement on that side of it. But when we start looking into that like web tracking, how many people have actually come from that specific post to our website inside that? So you can have like 1 million likes on your on a quote, because a lot of people like quotes, or you might get like a 1 million likes on your dog picture or a little funny cat video, but it doesn't necessarily mean that those people are actually going to your website. If you're running paid traffic to people who engage with your Facebook page or your Instagram, and they're just there because they just like quotes and that's it, they have no intention of buying anything from your business, then you're kind of really wasting ad spend on those type of people. So we'd rather spend money on people who are actually going from our social media pages into our websites. And obviously setting up things like retargeting ads is done so easy. But this is how you can really start gauging that really low key heuristic research metric on your social media by tracking that post level engagement on there. All right, let's move forward. So let's move into hooks. So what actually persuaded your users to act? So what created them, what inspired them to click on a post or click on a buy now button on your website? Okay, so you can see that the drivers equals the hooks. So it's the drivers that influenced the hooks. So the hooks then, when where are we now? So yeah, so what's persuaded them to act? So if your drivers don't have clarity, if they're not relevant, and they create a lot of distraction and they create a lot of friction and they don't offer any type of value, then they're not going to come into your website and take a look at the hooks. And then if your social media is absolutely amazing, it's relevant, it has a lot of clarity, there's no friction barriers, there's tons and tons of value, but they come into the website landing page or funnel and your hooks don't have any clarity, they're not relevant to that originating post from social media, you're causing a lot of distractions because you sent someone to a sales funnel and you've got blog posts in there, you've got buttons in there, take them to social media platforms and things like that, okay, then your hooks are kind of not really going to work. But as long as your hooks have clarity, they have relevancy, they have all that friction kind of barriers removed, they provide tons of value, and there's zero distractions, then your hooks are going to kind of work from there. So when we move on from hooks, then we have the barriers. So where and why are your visitors abandoning your site? So they come all the way from social media, all the way into your website. But why are they actually abandoning and jumping ship and running away? Well, it comes down to the heuristic research. But it could be a simple fix. So hooks equals barriers. So remembering with the 5 factors, the heuristic research then, is that if your hooks are not relevant, they don't provide clarity, they have a lot of friction, they have no value, and there's tons and tons of distractions everywhere, then nothing's going to really happen. So this is why people will jump off. This is that barrier phase. But inside of your barriers, then, if they have clarity, they have relevancy, they create no distractions and provide tons and tons of value, then you're just going to get more conversions on that kind of barrier phase there. So what you'll see is that each one of these 3 elements really interlink with each other. And this is the heuristic research cycle, or the conversion rate optimization cycle, as we kind of designed it and kind of use all the time. So, and as you can see, it is a vicious cycle of repetitive kind of tasks, but it doesn't have to be a vicious cycle of repetitive tasks. Is that what you're going to do is you're going to literally dissect each one of these and create some kind of like conversion rate analysis in the drivers section, also the hooks, and also the barriers. And you can't do this without testing. It's literally impossible. You could put out 1,000 different split test pages out there. You could post a million different things on social media, but without spending the time and engaging that traffic or that analytical kind of data, then you're really like what's that word without being rude? You're really kind of like walking in the dark or walking blind. Because it's the data that provides everything, and this is one of the main reasons why we've changed our website back end as well, and also our onboarding process, because we see some like friction in there. Our drivers weren't working too well on social media. Our hooks were okay, but they weren't great. So we got a ton of feedback from the guys, like from our users, and we understood, right, okay, like the onboarding process needs a little bit of tweak here and there. Okay. Really, really simple, and everything else like that. Anyway, let's move on. Let's digress. All right. So, but remember the 5 factors to the heuristic research. So clarity, relevancy, friction, value, and distractions. Make sure you take a screenshot of that if you're on social media anyway. All right. So that's the overview again. Okay, so what are 10 simple ways you can literally increase your conversions today? So there's like a million different things that you could actually do here. And I'm not saying get straight into your website and do all these things straight away. You've got to kind of really have a method behind the process. And when you're putting pop-ups in, don't just put a pop-up on a page that you think it should be there. There's a reason why pop-ups are on certain pages. Maybe it's the most viewed page on your website. That's where you would have that pop-up. And what type of pop-up are you going to display in? Is it going to be an offer? Is it going to be a download? Or would it be book a call or watch a video or whatever it may be? But it's only your kind of analytical data that will tell you what type of pop-ups to actually put on your website. So if you have like an up and coming promotion or anything like that, then that's a great way of using pop-ups because it's relevant to that kind of maybe festive season, or whatever it may be, okay, or your up and coming promotions. Testimonials are great. Again, it's a friction barrier remover, having that on there, and also it's providing value to your users too. Remove unnecessary form fields. I see it a lot. A lot of people have a lot of form fields on their actual website forms, and it can put people off. And it wasn't. It was literally a couple of weeks ago. I couldn't fill a form in because I didn't have WhatsApp. It is really as simple as that. And I was really interested in the product, and I couldn't purchase it because I literally just didn't have WhatsApp. So I couldn't keep filling out that form. And to them, that was a loss in a sale. And I'm probably not the only person in the world to do that. So you can see by having unnecessary form fields, and you're not going to see this or notice this unless you have that kind of data points behind everything. And having things like phone numbers on there, if you're not doing SMS marketing or you're not doing follow-up phone calls, then remove that friction away from the form fields. Countdown timers when used correctly are absolutely amazing for scarcity. They're absolutely so cool, and this will help you totally increase your conversions on your websites. A/B split testing. This is literally the only way you can really dive deep inside of your website data to help you really tenfold increase your conversions using A/B split testing. And we're going to be talking about A/B split testing shortly. Putting guarantees on your website, great. It's a great place to put them, whether that's, like we've got one like a 14-day free trial, no contracts, all that kind of good stuff. Although it's not a guarantee, it's kind of a friction barrier remover. Live chat. We absolutely love live chat. When we first launched Zenly, we didn't have a live chat on there. Now we do. And we've moved our live chat feature directly into the actual editing dashboard. And now we get more chats than ever, or more support calls than ever, because we took away a small part, a tiny little bit of friction where they had to click a help button. Then they go into a different screen, and then they could chat with us. Okay, and we noticed that, hey, we're getting a lot of users. They don't know how to use Zenly, but they're not asking questions. Okay, so what was going on? And we could see that we were getting a ton of traffic to back then, the Knowledge Hub pages, but people just weren't asking questions, which we thought was kind of weird. So we thought, hey, it might be the website chat widget. Let's move it directly into the dashboard. So all they have to do is literally just click it and chat. And since we've done that, we get literally a ton of new support messages all of the time. So that was one kind of key metric that we really studied to provide better value for our users. And having live chat on your websites can really work twofold, because not only it's providing instant support to your website visitors, you can get people just coming in there and having a chat with you, and you can explain your products more in depth, maybe over chat, and actually do conversions directly within live chat. Copy. So when we talk about copy, this is literally any type of text on your website. It could be down to your copy, and it could literally be anything. And this is why split testing really helps you out with your copy. If you're not like a copywriter or a proofreader, unlike myself, I'm not like the best copywriter in the world, but I give it a good go. There's plenty of AI platforms out there to utilize, but there are even better human copywriters and proofreaders out there. So, maybe get someone on board, or pay someone a few bucks here and there to help you out with your copy, because you never know, it will increase, or it could increase your actual conversions of people actually buying products from your business. Upsells, again, okay, this is not a conversion rate optimization kind of metric when we talk about upsells and downsells. It's more of like a value type metric, okay? Because all we're doing is check through conversion rate optimization. We're literally studying the percentage of data of people actually taking actions, not coming through the upsells. The action to us was they actually hit that checkout and purchased. Okay, the upsells are kind of not irrelevant, but it's a different kind of data source. making it easy. Like I said, our website has gone through a ton of changes over the years, and it just makes it easier and easier and easier for people. And again, removing that type of friction. All right, so that's 10 simple ways you can increase your conversion rate data today. So if we think back to our last workshop, when we spoke about the average order value, if you didn't watch them, you can go catch that up on our Facebook or inside of our YouTube or inside our experts panel inside of the website builder. So, and we spoke about 82% of people placing orders with you will never do it again, like literally ever. And this is your one chance. So, like I say, is to try and literally squeeze every single penny out of your web traffic, right? Using upsells, pre-sales, downsales, all that type of stuff. But remembering that the conversion rate data, it doesn't really equate for this kind of upsells and downsells in here. All right, we're just talking about what we spoke about last week because it has it kind of resonates on the same kind of jibe. If you didn't watch that video, go and watch it. You'll understand more. Okay, because these two videos are kind of back to backs. So, and we said, do these sound familiar? So you have great products, but only manage to sell one at a time. Okay, or you're trying to figure out how and what to sell in addition to your product. So this is where the conversion rate optimization kind of analysis and those data points will really help you out, because it will tell you what kind of additional products you should be putting on your upsells and downsells. And without testing time and data analysis, you're just not going to know on what's going to work. And your revenue doesn't increase month on month, and you're stuck in that static revenue mode. Again, it comes down to the 5 heuristic research factors. It really does. Because if nothing's relevant, if your business is not growing, something is wrong somewhere. Okay, on that. So anyway, that was last week. And then we showed you 2 types of like different checkouts. This is just for image purposes for you guys. So we had like the bump offers over there to the right hand side. Then we add the inline bump offers below the actual name itself. Let me just go back in case you missed that. So we add it to the right hand side and to the left hand side. And there was a reason why we showed you this last week. Is this will make you understand this week's workshop a whole lot better. And when we kind of look at the like the checkout process here in mobile, you can see here that they look very much similar. Yes, there are different color values, but there are about 10 or 12 or maybe even more different variations on what you could actually do right here on what you're actually looking at. So we have the order summary at the top, order summary at the bottom. Then we have the order bump at the top. Then we have it in line. Then we have a different title, different color, different font and text on the actual checkout button. There's so much more you could do in here, but this will make sense in a minute. So why do we have these two types of things? And this is split testing. We literally split test everything. And without split testing, if your software that you're currently using doesn't allow you split testing, then you could be really stemming your business growth on that, without a doubt, with 100% without a doubt. There are conversion rate optimization agencies out there who most charge no less than around about $14,000 a month just to do your conversion rate data analysis, reporting, and implementation. And they go in excess of that too. All right, so drivers, hooks, and barriers. Okay, so where were we? Split test everything. So when I say split test everything, then so we can start split testing right at the beginning, right on the social media side of it. Okay, what is actually bringing people to your site? Let's start split testing there. Let's see how many people are watching our videos. Let's see how many people are actually engaging with our content, how many people are liking, how many people are sharing, how many people are commenting. And we can see then engaged when they visit our website, or if they visit our website, how many people are actually visiting the website on that side of it. And when we come into the old kind of conversion rate data, then it may come a little bit more apparent, and it kind of really puts it into perspective and reality to a lot of people when you start talking about conversion rates. And a lot of people hide away. They're kind of shy. If you know your conversion rate, drop it below. I think the industry or the world standard is around about 4%, but there's no specific conversion rate to all businesses. There just isn't, because there's literally millions of different variations of conversion rate data that you could manipulate, edit, modify, change, update, work on, study, all those kind of literally millions of different data points that you could really extract out of your own business. And every single business is 1,000,000% different. And whatever I do for conversion rate optimization isn't going to work for you. Whatever you do for conversion rate optimization isn't going to work for your buddy. It doesn't work like that. So conversion rate optimization is very business specific to your individual businesses. And I think this is why agencies cost a lot of money when you have that kind of conversion rate optimization agency really studying your content, because it takes a lot of dedication and a lot of time, a ton of months and months and months of data to get this right for you and for your business. So when we talk about split testing on social media, like I said, you can split test your social media posts from videos to images and all those kind of things. But what we got to understand is, what is our type of conversion rate? So the basic kind of math is, how many conversions are you actually having? So you can take this on a week by week or a month by month or even a year by year. I wouldn't take it on a year by year basis, but maybe a month by month basis. What is the number of total conversions that month? And then basically you just divide that by the number of actual visitors coming to your website. All right. And then times that by 100. And that will give you a kind of base percentage for your conversion rate data. So I'll repeat that. I should have had a slide for this one, but this one's just come on top of my head. So basically, it's like the number of conversions you're actually getting. So how many people are purchasing, how many people are downloading. So you can see here that we've got different conversion points around your entire business itself. And this could be all stemming from social media. How many people are commenting to how many of those commenters actually converted on your website. Okay. Or a conversion to you could be someone coming from social media and inserting any kind of information on your website. That's classed as conversion, maybe just a lead conversion. And then you have purchase conversions, and then you have all kinds of, literally hundreds of different conversions. But the main ones are lead and sales conversions. So when you can kind of really understand that data there and using that conversion rate optimization, how many conversions you're having divided by the number of visitors times by 100 will just give you a base kind of conversion rate percentage ready to go on. And the idea behind having that kind of really base and set is that you can improve on this month on month. And the only way you can increase your conversion rates, okay, is to do a conversion rate optimization analysis study and everything about your own business. And this is the only way it's done. You can plow tens of thousands of pounds into Facebook ads, into Google ads, but if just one cog is missing from the drivers, from the barriers, from the hooks, then you're just going to waste all that money because you haven't spent that time inside of whatever inside your conversion rate optimization. This is the same as Facebook ads. Facebook ads allow you to split test, and you can pull in loads and loads of different audience types and put them inside of one ad set inside that. So that allows you to split test multiple audiences inside of one ad. And there's a reason for that. And it's, again, I think it's still active on the Facebook Business Suite as of 2022, is that they allow you to test posts. So you can put out multiple posts, and Facebook's going to help you test which one actually works best for you. So take advantage of those type things and use them in your business. If you've posted out 10,000 posts last year, get all those 10,000 posts together right now. Go to Facebook Suite, put it in there as a test, and let Facebook optimize them for you. It's free to use, and it will just optimize, and it will gauge on which posts actually work for you and your business on social media. Really, really simple. YouTube, I don't think you can do any type of split testing on YouTube, but you could. Well, you could actually. You could create the same type of video, but maybe a long form one and maybe a short form video, and see which one generates you more leads. All right, really, really simple. Okay, so that's the kind of conversion rate optimization or split testing that you can do on the driver's side of it, inside of what is bringing your visitors to your actual website. So what we're going to look at is the actual barriers. Why are your visitors abandoning your site? And we're going to take a look at this through like the A/B split testing. So here's one way that you can increase your CRO. Guys, do you have any questions? I know I'm rattling on. It's been like 40 minutes, but hey. So here's one way you can, do it so easy. It's crazy. All right. So obviously what you're looking at right now is our kind of mock image of our Sendly dashboard. Okay. This is our funnels. We can go in there, create funnels. Okay. Great for optimizing literally anything. And here is going to provide you so much data. It's absolute crazy. And this will help you out, speed up the conversion rate optimization process. All right, let's squeeze in and let's view into here. Do you like my little slide? I think it's quite cool. Anyway, so we're going to take a look at the 3 steps. So this is a basic funnel. Okay, so if you don't know what a funnel is, basically funnels are designed for one specific purpose, and that is conversions. That is all it is, whether that's lead or sales conversions inside that. But what funnels also give you is that they give you so much data. It's incredible. More so than actual web pages, because web pages, you just go from page to page to page. People just flick through, okay, and then you're going to retarget people based on what page they went to. All right, really, really simple. Unless you have like anchor points and you can retarget on anchor point data. I'm not going to go into all that jargon, but anyway, so let's take a look at the 1, 2, and 3 steps in. So this is a basic 3-step funnel. So we're showing like our offer page, then we have a checkout, and then we have a thank you. Really, really simple. Or we could actually crunch this down into a 2-step funnel by having a checkout actually on the landing page itself. Anyway, without getting too technical. So as you see on the right-hand side then is the green and orange bar. Okay, if you're colorblind, the green bar is on the left and the orange bar is on the right. All right, I have to say that because one of my sons, or in fact, both my sons are actually colorblind, and I think they would just probably see grey or pink. I'm not sure. So, like we mentioned, by A/B split testing, A/B split testing is going to be able to give you so many advantages for your business. It's unreal. So imagine having 2 entirely different websites. But they both sell the same product. Being able to put out both of those websites together and seeing which one generates you more leads or which one generates you more revenue. And basically, this is what split test does, all in one nice little nutshell here. So, and you can split test like literally anything from landing pages. You can split test the checkouts, split test thank you pages, split test upsells, split test downsells, split test literally everything. And over time, with us, the Sendly funnels, they'll optimize automatically for you. So what does that actually mean? We spoke about that last week anyway, but when we talk about automatic optimization, then is that Sendly will automatically study the data behind your conversion rate optimizations or your conversion rates. So if it thinks that side A, which is to the left on the green, okay, or side B on the right, okay, it's going to follow the natural route, which is optimizing for you more so, and close off the route that isn't. Okay, so by over the months, over the weeks, or however long it is, okay, it's going to optimize the most optimized route for your user. Okay, so it does kind of that conversion rate optimization itself, which is kind of handy because it saves you take a look at the data. All right, or you can just leave it running and open, so both tests are running anyway. All right, so let's just take a look into here. So this is split testing like a basic like landing page or a web page for a product. Okay, so this is a product info page or a product sales page. So you can see the images to the left and image to the right. So we're selling the exact same product, but both look entirely different. So on the left-hand side, we're showcasing the big product image straight away in the top of the fold. We're showing the person what the product actually is. And then on the right-hand side, we're showing the product in motion, as they say. So somebody actually using that product, so they can gauge the size of it, they can see where it goes, and they can kind of gauge what it actually does. So let me know in the comments below which kind of side would resonate with you better, the left-hand side or the right-hand side. And if we get like a ton of comments, so from the website chat, sorry, in the guys in the dashboard, it's okay. He's saying on the right hand side. So John's saying on the right hand side. So so again, so straight away you can see that the right hand side one is already resonating with somebody, and somebody else a comment left, because although these products are exactly the same, the page layout is totally different. You could choose a different background color, you could choose literally anything on there, different call to action placements, and without split testing this wouldn't be possible. And if John there, he said he likes the one on the right hand side, if he came into the one on the left hand side, he probably wouldn't buy that product because it didn't resonate with him. It's probably saying the right hand side because it's a female in like one of those crazy yoga positions, but hey, that's what attracted him to that landing page. That will keep his attention going, and he'll start moving down that page. And you can see by having simple things in there, like the different call to action colors on the buttons or whatever it may be, different titles, different product benefits and solutions, different text types, different fonts, all that kind of different layout design that you could possibly do. Okay. But don't forget, like I said, way back when, is that you're not going to know what's working straight away. It's really going to take you some time to understand which is working for you and which one doesn't. And then once you understand which one is converting more, then go ahead, optimize that side of it. Then you kind of know then and saying, hey, people like that person using the equipment first, rather than just showing the equipment and then talking about the equipment. They like that in there. And like I said, is that you can have a checkout on the page, or you can have videos on one page and not a video on another. You can have a checkout on one, not on the other. So this is, having that, all that data inside of that page, without testing it, then, you're not going to know whether it's going to be a winner or a loser. You just don't know. It's the same as anybody. I was speaking to a person a couple of weeks back, and they had a £28,000 product idea that they wanted to just get out there and sell. And they were really hesitant on saying, our biggest product that we actually sell at the minute is literally like £100, like $100. And trying to sell a £28,000, or sorry, yeah, was it pounds or dollars? I think it was pound product, was totally out of their entire remit. And I said, without testing it, you will just never know. You'll just never know. Even if one person purchases it out of, say, 1,000 website visitors, if the conversion rate value is worth more on that one product than it is trying to get 1,000 people to buy your $100 product, then it may be worth it. Okay, but it's all to do with the math. So obviously they're going out and putting out the £28,000 product. But as you can see here, John, hang on, Melissa says right as well. So Melissa said right, John said right. Is anybody going to say left? Let's see. Anyway, so we can move on, and we can take a look at just like a couple of checkout examples here. And one of the main ones here is where the arrows are pointing, is that we're offering different types of pre-sale bump offers. So on the left-hand side, we're offering exercise mats. On the right-hand side, we're offering like a protein shaker. Okay, because you just don't know what you're going to be able to sell more of. And without testing it, you just don't know. Again, this is why upsells and downsells will really help you out, is because it's going to help you understand which products sell more of. If you're selling like a ton of these $9 products on every single upsell or every single bump offer, that there's a lot of demand for that initial product. So let's do a campaign based around that specific product. Okay, are people purchasing the main product, but they're buying more of the roll mats, but not necessarily the actual protein shakers? Okay, then you maybe put that together on a bundle. Hey, buy this exercise ring and get these mats together for a special price. Okay, or if it's vice versa, people are buying the actual product, and a lot of people are buying the actual the shaker. You can put leave the shaker on there, and then maybe offer a bundle deal on an upsell for maybe an additional shaker for your partner, and here's 2 roll mats for 19 quid, whatever it may be. So this is the kind of really data points that you really need to kind of really analyze. And we've worked with a lot of businesses over the last several years, and we do all of this conversion rate optimization before we kind of really start everything. We map everything out, and every business should really do the same too, is to really map out everything in detail. And honestly, it really, really works. And give it time, really give it time. We used to run Facebook ads for a lot of companies, and they would say, how long will it take us to get any kind of conversion data, all that kind of jazz. And we'd say no less than 3 months. You've got to let us work at this for 3 months, because, yes, we can get conversions on day one, but though that conversion data will give us more data points, more analytics, or more insights about what is actually happening, so we can increase on those conversions on there, knowing all those data points that we knew way back when. All right, so collecting data is huge, guys, and analyzing it. So different variations that you could have your on your checkout. So different places that you could test your checkout variations. I mentioned one earlier, checkouts on the actual landing page itself. Some people like to have that checkout on the landing page right at the top. Some don't. Studies have said that having a checkout nearer to the top of the page will actually increase your conversions. Okay, it's not one that obviously we do, because all ours is our checkout process is inside the actual billing panel anyway. We just have all the free trial buttons all over the website. All right, but you may have the checkout options right at the top. You may want to try one at the bottom. So there you've instantly got a split test by testing one at the top, one at the bottom. Another split test you could do is having a pop-up checkout. So you could have a pop-up checkout and on-page checkout all on the same place. Okay, all on the same page. So one would be click here to buy, click pop-up comes up, or click, they go to another page. So with inside of one variation, you're always find, if your software can cope with it, 5 or 6 different other variations that you could actually do with that. So the variations are really, really endless, and you're only limited by your imagination. But don't get too carried away, all right, because you need to start testing your data. Placement of bump offers, like we showed you. So we had one at the top, one at the bottom, different designs, different colors, and things like that. Bump offers, test what type of bump offers are working actually for you, or your pre-sale bump offers, and also your pre-sale bump offers. So you could be selling the protein shakes, or you could be selling the roll mats for maybe next month. Try something else just to see if it works. Okay, so what type of thank you page variations you could test? So we spoke about this last week on the average order value, and try not to send people just to a standardized thank you page, or they fill out a form and it just says, thanks, we've got your information. Send them somewhere relevant to their purchasing habits, okay, or what their type of avatar is. So, on your thank you page, instead of just having just a thank you, you could have on there even more upsells, maybe bundle offers, even more downsells. Okay, and another great one that we found is having a share page. So if someone's purchased your product and they're really, really happy, they're in that buyer's high mind frame or mindset, they purchase it, upsells, and they're like, man, this product's amazing, I'd love to share it to my friend. Then it all comes back to that whole kind of, that that 5 heuristic research data points, which was the like the referral kind of networks, using those, because having a share page on, they can be able to share your product to a friend. This is how, I think, what's it called now? I can't remember the name of the software. A software used it. They said, hey, you can have lifetime free access to our software if you share it to another person. So they shared it, and that's how they grew their business really, really big. It's really clever. And then we have pop-ups on the checkouts. Okay, pop-up checkouts. So we can have pop-out checkouts on the thank you page again, and then again redirects. So if you want to send them to a Facebook group, or you send them to a Facebook page, or you send them to a YouTube channel, or wherever it may be. Okay, or even into another part of your website. Okay, like a different funnel or a members area, or wherever it may be. Okay, do something on that thank you page rather than just saying thank you. This is a great way to increase your conversions. And without doing this, again, you wouldn't have those data points to work from. And it's about just getting out there, putting the plan in place, get it launched, analyze the data. And that's about it. That is really, really simple. And that's as simple as it gets. So take a screenshot of that, guys, if you want to. So that's my conversion rate optimization cycle using the drivers, hooks, and barriers and how they all move together. And the 5 factors to the heuristic research that we carry out is the clarity, relevancy, friction, value, and distractions. And that's it there. If you want to take a bigger picture, feel free to talk about this on your social too. That's cool. Or just share the video. And that's it. So guys, if you want to take us for a test drive, be sure you can, if you're on Facebook, you can type the word trial below. TR. Hang on, I can get that up on one of them things. There you go. If you're on a 14-day unlimited trial, you can comment trial below if you're on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, you can just click on the link below. And if you're inside of a dashboard, you're already there. So that's pretty cool. All right. So what you'll see then is that we've actually optimized our messenger. Obviously, we use bots. We've been using them for 6 years now. Is it 6 years? I think it's about 6 years. Five or 6. Yeah, about 6 years. And we've optimized our bots because we built Instagram and Facebook Messenger directly into Sendly. So we're able to retarget people who haven't either signed up on a free trial or haven't downloaded a specific ebook that we want to promote. All those kind of different data points if they haven't joined like a membership group. And you guys have got access to this too. You got access to our free application inside of Sendly, and you'll see it all there. You can go on our webpage, conversations. You can go ahead, take a look at that inside of that. So yeah, so that's about it. So guys, if you want to take a 14-day trial, there's no credit card required whatsoever. Within those first 14 days, you can go out and live test. So if you guys want to start generating leads, generating sales, or whatever it may be, go ahead, use it. You've got access to like literally everything, and you can go there and start designing, creating funnels for yourself. Get out there and test it out in the real world. Put a funnel together in the next 24 hours. Start generating some leads and put together some kind of split test. See how it works for you, and let us know. If you need a hand, reach out to us via support chat or message us on Facebook, wherever it may be. Guys, I'll leave it there. Thank you for tuning in. It's been 60 minutes, one of our longest workshops. If you have any questions, as always feel free to reach out. Guys, have a blessed weekend.